Yeah, it's that season, right? Everybody is
Yeah.
coughing.
I My immune system is normally pretty good when it comes to everything except my headaches, so I rarely get sick.
Oh.
But I had a cold now for like over a week, and it's so annoying. Even
Oh
if
Yeah.
it's
man, I
just a
had
bit of
that.
coughing, it's just a bit of
Yeah.
coughing. But when I don't normally cough more than just like a little for a day or two, that's my version of cold. Like, oh, I have a bit of sore throat. I coughed a few times. Okay, now it's gone. That's normally my version of cold. But every now and then I do get a cold for like a week or two.
I'm just coming off a gnarly cold that's lasted multiple weeks of like feeling shitty, but not shitty enough to justify laying in bed with soup and not doing anything.
Yeah. There's a 5-week flu going around right now.
Yeah, that must be what I got because it's going
Yeah.
on forever.
Yeah, it's not your normal flu, like it's not your stomach flu or anything like that. It just feels like a cold, but it lasts for 5 weeks, and it's fucking terrible because it lasts so long.
As
Yeah,
soon
I got
as,
it just before New Year's.
as soon
Ditto.
as you have kids, there is no option of staying at home doing nothing. So
Yeah.
you simply you're not sick. You simply finish being sick as soon as you have
Yeah.
kids. It's done. Like it's the best medicine possible. Just have kids and you'll always go to work, guaranteed.
Oh.
Yeah. So actually, Avi's having fun in LA or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Not sure I want to be.
yeah. So he's
It's only
following.
11 o'clock where he is. Why isn't he logged in?
So
Yeah.
I asked him. He said, "I'll bring a laptop." I said, "Yeah, yeah." No,
Yeah.
he's actually following a very interesting podcast, and they host like a live show in LA. So it's a podcast about history or something like that, and he really is really into it. So I think this is
That's neat.
yeah,
Did
that's
he go
actually
to LA to watch a podcast being recorded or something?
it's something like that. I think he has like relatives in New York or something like that. But he kind of this is yeah. Sounds strange,
he
but
knows that's the other side of the country, right?
yeah,
And it's a big country.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
He just flies to New
Yeah,
York. I'll just jog over to LA.
yeah. What isn't it just like a car ride away?
Yeah.
Mhm.
3-day car ride away?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like if Amazon can ship everywhere in 24 hours, so
Right?
yeah,
Why can't I?
it's a very small country. So what's the problem?
Totally.
Yeah, the Israeli post office takes only 4 months to get a letter from me to my neighbor. So
Well,
That's all.
Avi, if you're watching, you're a nerd.
Uber nerd, an Uber nerd. Okay, I think I am way too loud. Come on. 1, 2. Oh, that seems fine. Okay. Okay, so I think we'll just start and this is it. So actually, for this special occasion, this is episode 46, if I'm counting right. And after the big showdown we had last time, I thought maybe we'll start with something a little bit different. So I took the liberty and I wrote something. I'll read it to you, and then I'll steal the first scene. I'll simply tell you what's going on, and then you'll get to decide what
Alright.
what you want to do
How
next.
dare you?
Yeah.
I refuse.
Okay. So the people of Helm's Hall, the fortified city and a cathedral dedicated to the god Helm, they were oblivious to the evil brewing underneath their temple. With your escape from that dark place, followed by the death of many of the Hall's sanitarium personnel, rumors started to surface. In the following days, cracks started to form in the Order of the Gilded Eye. This is an organization of holy warriors and paladins serving as the de facto police force of the city. The people of the hold, realizing how deep corruption had rooted itself in the city, turned against their protectors. The order responded with an iron fist, and the population lashed out in violence. During that time of public unrest, it has become clear that you are no longer welcome in the city. Out of respect to your endeavors, the order has given you basically a day to conclude your business at the hold, but your status as whistleblowers kind of rubs the authorities the wrong way. So you are encouraged not to overstay your welcome. So you have basically decided to spend a couple of days at the hold recovering from that horrible experience in the sanitarium. And in this specific morning, you have decided to spend to eat breakfast together in a very special establishment called the Old Dirty Dwarf. So it's basically an inn in the hall that is welcoming to anyone who is passing in its gate, as long as people behave. So you are sitting there discussing the experiences you just had. People are coming in and out, eating and then going out. You do hear some people protesting down the street. Everybody are pretty much shaken by the discovery that evil was, basically taking such a great hold in the middle of their most holy establishment in town. And also a lot of people died. A lot of the personnel you were there, they were replaced by intellect devourers. So a lot of the people died. The government basically couldn't hide it. So people are not very happy. So you can hear people in the inn still talking about it, and there are a few kids running about. As you talk about what you plan to do next, a bird flies from an open window straight at Peleus's direction, and the bird lands on your shoulder, and then it starts singing right at your ear, Peleus. And obviously you understand the language of birds. So the bird is telling you that something is not right in Neverwinter Forest. And as you try to listen to what it tells you, two of the kids that are running around at the inn point at you and start screaming, "Mama, we found the droid! Look, this is the droid!" And they are very excited, and they rush over to the kitchen, from which a woman approaches. And she is in her mid-30s. She is wearing a cook's apron over a slip-on dress with long bell sleeves. And you can see that she has like a V-cut in her dress, and it reveals a very simple holy symbol of the god Helm. And she is approaching you, kind of not feeling comfortable approaching one of the heroes of Helm's Hold. This is basically your public name, the name that you are known for as. And she approaches you and says, "Are you Master Peleus?" If you're talking, you're muted. Yep, I can't hear you.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
He's like, "No, I'm not Peleus, and I'm out."
Can you
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
at the wrong group. No, Peleus, no. This is not me. I'm out.
Okay, I nod. I'll take it.
She says, "Master Peleus, I'm so sorry." And the kids, they kind of jump on you and start pulling your clothes, try to poke the bird. And she says, I'm terribly sorry. You are one of the Helm's heroes. I'm very sorry to approach you like this. But one of your people found his way to the inn. He was wounded. He only asked for some water, but then he collapsed. I took him in. I wanted to call the authorities, but he said that he will speak to no one but the heroes of Helmshold, and he specifically asked for you, Master Peleus.
Okay. I will speak to this guy, but I have some business to conclude with this bird first. I prepare casting speak with animals as a ritual.
Okay. So the woman, as you cast the spell and you start talking with the bird, the woman and the kids, they take a step back and look at you in awe, like, oh my God, this is happening right before our eyes. And you converse with the bird. She says that she was sent by someone named Oakenstand. I'll write it down. Oakenstand. And you know that this fellow is kind of the guardian of Neverwinter Woods, and the birds gives his message that his companion was kidnapped and he needs help.
Okay.
You
And,
so if you want, you can make a nature or history check, and maybe you kind of think, Oakenstand, his companion, what's this all about?
okay. Let's do a. Oh, my history is really bad. History or what? Nature?
Nature, that's also good.
Nature. Oh, that's a 12.
A 12, okay. So with a 12, you do recall that Neverwinter Wood is indeed a magical forest in a sense. It surrounds the city of Neverwinter. You know that it's a rather peaceful place, and its guardian is a mighty treant called Oakenstand, sorry. His companion is a dryad, and she is believed to have amazing healing powers. And you do believe that you think you know the way there, but your nature check wasn't that high, so you can instantly recall the path. But you believe that you know how to get there, if needs be.
Okay. Who was she kidnapped by?
The bird doesn't know. She was only sent by Oakenstand to tell you this. But apparently some great evil force, this is how she described it, invaded the forest and took hold of it.
Some great evil.
Evil force, yes.
Okay. Before I relay any of this information to the group, I think we should talk to the druid who wanted to talk to us.
Okay, and the woman, the cook, his name is Dahlia. She rubs her dirty hands on the apron and says, "Do you want to go now?"
Yes. I believe my friend should join me in this.
So she says, "Of course," and she takes off the apron and put it in one of the kids' hands and says, "You keep it for now, and I'll be back in a minute." And they say, "No, oh my God, no, Mom, we want to see what's going on." And she kind of, "Oh, kids, you don't mind, do you?"
It's all fine.
Okay.
So you guys are coming to see this druid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so as you gather your friends and follow this woman and her kids, they dance around you and make such a fuss that basically everyone who is passing you by kind of recognize you as the heroes of Helmshold. So most of the people kind of welcome you with a smile, and some of them shake your hand and thank you, and a few of them produce their holy symbol, like a very simple wooden holy symbol of Helm, to show it to you, to kind of say, we stand with you. However, the plated, armored soldiers that greeted you when you entered the city, they look at you, they're not very happy. So you did a great service to the city, but by doing so, you have uncovered how basically incompetent they were in the last couple of weeks, months, whatever. And soon enough, your simple walk has become a parade. So Dahlia wishes you through a couple of alleys to stay away from the mob, and eventually you reach her home. It's a very simple house, just one story. She opens the door, let you in, let the kids in, closes the door, and then staircase, a wooden staircase. The place is kind of carpeted, so the walls are carpeted, and the place is very, very small, but cozy. And she takes you to a room. She knocks on it first, and you hear, "Yes, please. Dahlia, is that you?" And she says, "Yes, I've brought Peleus, or Master Peleus." And then she opens the door, and you all pour into a small bedroom. There's a bed, a painting depicting the god Helm holding this mighty tome over what appears to be a landscape, the landscape of the hold, and a man with a blanket covering up to his chin, basically. You see this slender man in his 50s, and he immediately smiles as he sees you, Peleus, and he reaches out to shake your hand from beneath the blanket.
Does he look sick, or is he just old?
He looks in tremendous pain. So
So as I shake his hand, I will cast Cure Wounds on him then.
So you shake his hand, and you can still feel that it is strong. As you raise your hand to mutter the healing words, he waves you off. He says, "This will not help me in any way." And he, with some difficulty, pulls the blanket from his body, and you can see that he's wearing basically a white blouse and blue pants. The pants have been torn from the knee down, and you can see that his two legs have turned to stone, and he is basically flesh from the knee up. But even as you look, you can see that the stone kind of crawls on his body, taking another centimeter and another centimeter from his body as you even watch. And it seems like this is very painful for him.
Okay. I ask him, how did you get afflicted by this sickness?
He says, "I, much like you, was sent by our order to understand what is going on with the giant uprising. We have also detected an increase in the activity of those creatures we call mind flayers." And he smiles a weak smile to you and says, "I know that you have witnessed the same in the cellars of the hold, yes?"
We have, yes.
"My journey took me far to the Grey Peak Mountains. There I found a valley belonging to stone giants. They have took control of a place called Dead Cleft Canyon. It is a bleak place, petrified bodies of stone giants are embedded in the canyon's wall, their mouth agape when the wind blows through that valley, touches and goes in through the mouth and goes out from their mouth, moaning. It is an awful place, a wound in the land itself. This is her kingdom, and this is what she wishes to bring upon all civilization. I believe, she has some ties, if you will, to those creatures, those mind flayers. I wanted to make sure. Maybe she is influenced by them, or maybe she had struck some kind of a deal with them. In any case, I've heard her speak about a crown, a stone crown that was stolen from her kind, and she has sent agents to seek it. She described to them the people who, according to her, hold this crown, and the description matched the people now are referred to as the heroes of Helm's Hold. I followed them, those agents, to this place, and when I've heard that they are seeking you, I wanted to meet you as soon as possible. Unfortunately, when I followed them, their warlord, a cruel and evil dwarf, cast this curse upon me. I'm slowly dying, but my quest must not end.
Just out of character, I have never seen Enderist use the crown or anything, right?
Sure you have.
Yeah.
I've used it.
Yeah.
I've used it a couple of times with you around. I used it in the Fire Giant Castle, and I recently used it as well. So you've seen me wear it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't hide it from you guys, but when I wear it out, I wear it all the time now, but I use my alter self ability to make it look like I'm not wearing it.
Right, so this guy...
I love that you wear an invisible crown.
Yeah, he's wearing it right now. You would too. You had.
Of course. If I had a crown and I could make it invisible, I would wear it all the time.
But would you really make it invisible?
No.
Yeah.
So you've came to warn us that we're being chased, or?
No, I followed her agents, hoping to get some sort of a clue to make sure that her connection to the Mind Flayer, I didn't know if it was a real one or something that is simply incorrect. I decided to follow her agents because the place she lives in is not suitable for living for people like us. It pained me to see the land suffer so much from her hand. I decided to follow her agents and see if I can learn something. They got here and they were talking about people who resemble your description, which I learned from the people of Helm's Hold. It is just a coincidence that I've learned that you are actually at the hold. I don't know where they are. I'm not sure if they are in the city or if they are waiting outside. But I must tell you this warlord, she is dangerous. She is evil. She could have killed me, but she decided not to show me.
Wait. She knows you're after us and decided not to kill you?
No, I'm not after you. When she cast the spell on me, I was simply following her. I managed to crawl into Helm's Hold, and then I learned about your description.
Okay.
I don't think this is a scheme to root out your position. This is why I felt confident enough to summon you and To be completely honest, I'm not sure she will be able to roam this city with all the guards here. But I might be mistaken.
Who are her soldiers? What are her soldiers? Giants or?
No, dwarves, but they are riding strange beasts.
Do they have any particular markings that we would recognize, or?
These people are deep dwarfs. These are called
Oh.
Durgar. You would recognize
Okay.
them instantly.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Gray skin, white eyes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think it would be best if you either hide or get the hell out of here as soon as possible. I heard rumors about you wandering with a frost giant, and he smiles again, and you can see cold sweat on his brow. Well, there are rumors of a frost giant lurking in Neverwinter Wood, and there are rumors that the Black Staff of Waterdeep has offered a magnificent prize to anyone who brings him to the gates of Waterdeep. And then he winks at you all and says, I think someone should warn him.
Out of character, was the Neverwinter Woods where we were supposed to go to kill some guy so that we could get your soul back?
Yes.
It was Neverwinter Woods?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Okay.
remember who it was.
Yeah, it's
Some
since.
noble, I think.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I do have a question. Have we, over the past whatever time, have we abandoned the quest to return your soul?
I think we just ignored it because she said a year, right? Of time.
And we got teleported to the spot
Correct.
of the world.
Yeah.
Right. So you're okay with that?
If we are near, I wouldn't mind trying to get my soul back.
Well, we're near those woods, and if that's where the guy is, then kind of seems like a two birds with one stone thing.
We
And-
can kill 3 birds because there's 3 quests in there, right?
Oh yeah, 3 quests all in one. Oh, and we also have a map for that area, don't we? There was a treasure map that we got from a thief friend of ours.
Way back.
Yeah, we've been carrying it around for a very long time. I don't even
Who's
know who
got it?
has it. Well, it would probably be Forgar.
I was around
Or-
the whole time, so I would assume.
Yeah.
Whoever
I don't
even know if-
Jenkins.
Yeah, I think Andrus knew Jenkins, but you probably didn't trust me enough to. Like, I don't think I'd have taken it off your body.
No, no. We died.
Or-
We both died at the same place.
Right. Yeah.
You,
So he
you-
didn't-
You put on the crown and died there. and
Right.
I was killed by something else.
Yep.
The guy
Okay.
in there.
And Ido, have I reconnected with Semyon and Lorne?
Mhm.
I know I haven't with Fillory. She's off adventuring now, but okay, good. And I've tasked them with finding my father. I'm assuming they haven't found him.
Nope.
Okay, so I will just leave them at Helm's Hold, task them with trying to find my father so that we can go out and about, and that can continue.
Okay.
And what about the Ring of Winter? We
Yeah.
did sort of rescue that guy.
Yeah, Serac, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did we do with
What-
him? What did he do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
what
shook
did
his
we do
hand.
while we were resting here.
yeah. We shook his hand at the end, and that was kind of the end of the.
Yeah.
So he's
So
still
whatever happened with
around.
him?
No, you can assume that he is still at the inn, relatively safe. He unfortunately said that he doesn't know where his father is, but he has a suspicion, and he is quite positive that you managed to save him before he divulged any information to the to those masters in that underneath the hold.
And did he tell us what his suspicion is?
No.
I thought he was dead.
So if you want, you can head back to the inn and start and maybe confront him.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to do that, I think, before we go anywhere. But we also need to get all the information from this guy because he's obviously going to die soon,
Mhm.
quite painfully.
Hmm.
Seems that way. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
But that's up to you. This is all you.
Who?
Mm.
My Discord just restarted.
Peleus.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? Mm.
So he suddenly spasms and grabs you, Peleus. And between one spasm of pain to another, he whispers to you, "That horrible place! I will unfortunately die with the vision of that place in my mind. Mother Nature should not suffer like this. Something is very, very wrong there." And then
True.
Is
You
he still
can.
talking about the Grace Peak Mountain?
So he mentioned a place called Dead Clef.
Okay. Where's that?
So he hadn't told you. Sorry, it's called Deadstone Cleft, and it is
Okay.
somewhere in the Grey Peaks Mountains.
Oh, that's a long ways away.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So he basically
And what's it
traveled
called?
like half the continent. This
Yeah.
guy.
So what was it called? The what? Cleft?
It's called Dead Cleft.
Deadstone.
Deadstone Cleft. Sorry.
Deadstone Cleft. Okay.
He mentioned that the valley was full of petrified corpses.
Petrified corpses of stone giants. This is what he said.
Amazing. I have a feeling those aren't petrified, but that's amazing.
I'm gonna tell him that he can rest assured that this place that we'll clean this place up. He doesn't have to think about such horrors in his last moments. That's what I tell him.
He smiles and kind of pats your hand as he sees that you kind of sympathize with his pain. And he says, "Well, during your investigations, here's one tip from an old adventurer. If you see," or he basically says, "no one makes statues of frightened adventurers anywhere. If you see something like this, run, or you end up like this." And he kind of
Well, I don't think you'll make a statue of a frightened adventurer.
"I won't give them the pleasure, no."
Okay, so
Dahlia picks you up by the hand, Peleus, and she says, "Sir Peleus, is there anything at all you can do? Is there a potion? Is there something I can do to ease his pain?"
Can I walk forward
Yeah, sure.
and I'll look at him and his wife.
She's not his wife. She is simply the cook at the inn to which he stumbled into. She decided to help
and
him.
I look at her and him and say, well, maybe this will work. And I place my hands on his chest and close my eyes, and then just look confused, and then just walk out of the room.
So
Perhaps the sanatorium. There's a powerful priest there.
Oh, don't you guys have some healing magic that could remove the curse? Not that Like Galen would know, but me as a player know that Greater Restoration is a 5th level spell which you have both access to.
I don't.
Wait,
Fifth
At
level.
least Peleus does.
He
Isn't
Alias
says,
should.
you 9th level now? I thought
he
you were
says,
9th level.
don't waste any time
I
on my
am.
behalf.
I just don't have access to that spell. Is what I'm saying.
It is in the druid spell list. I just
oh
looked it
yeah,
up.
5th level. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
right.
druids have it.
Don't waste any time on my behalf. Simply flee. Make sure those agents of the Stone Giant
Yeah.
Queen doesn't catch up with you. It will be the end of you.
I think even if we were to,
I need
Go ahead.
some like materials to cast it. Some.
well, and you would need a
diamond
day, right?
dust.
You would need to
Yeah,
prepare
that
it for tomorrow. I don't know that we have
Yeah.
that much time. How far is the stone moved while we're talking to him?
You believe that in a couple of hours he'll be gone.
Yeah, we don't have time. We could,
Unfortunately, I don't have.
if you want,
Andorist, you can make
if
an
you want
Arcana.
Peleos, we could try and, yeah.
You can make an Arcana check for me as you kind of examine.
Nope,
kind of-
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, but it does look
Nothing.
like a very painful process to go through before you die.
Yeah. So Peleos.
You do have a cure for that, Brian.
Yes, I do.
You're
So
good
I'm
at
gonna
mercy killing, are you?
telepathically communicate with Peleos that there's two things that I think we could do here. One is I could send Lorne to the sanatorium to see if he can fetch the high priest there, see if he'll come and help, but that will reveal some of what's going on here. Because I don't think that high priest will come out without a really good reason. Or two, we could end this quickly so they stop suffering. When I say we, I mean I.
Couldn't we take him to the priest?
Yeah, I've got my carriage back. Let me throw him in there. You want to try? My resources are at your disposal.
So he grabs you, Peleus, and says, "Please don't. If you do this, you risk revealing your location. If I was followed, I don't think I was, but if I was followed, and if the high priest if there is some corruption left in that temple, you expose yourselves. You're too important for that. I've heard tales of your endeavors so far."
Well, we just killed a big demon, so what's like a cover of dwarves going to do?
I have a
we
good middle
slaughtered
road.
a dragon up north.
You have a good what?
A good middle of the road solution. We just tell the lady whose house he's in
Mhm.
to bring her to
Yeah.
the priest, to bring him to the priest,
Sure.
and we'll be on our way.
And we leave. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I can leave Lauren and Semyon here to coordinate that with her
Okay.
and take him to the sanatorium while we leave in another direction. That might actually be a distraction if he was followed, having the carriage go off in another way.
Good.
Any objections?
Sounds good to me.
I guess Rookfi's not here. I'm gonna walk out. Where's Rookfi? Where are you?
I think Rookby is standing in front of the house, and he's doing the thing where he summons his steed, where he makes that circle on the ground, but it's not working, and he just sits down.
I'm gonna come over and grab you by the armor and pull you back towards the house and say, "Stop brooding. We need your insight." You may have lost
I look at
some
your
of your
mirror
powers.
to try to lift me and say,
Yeah.
"All right." Well, what do you need?
Well, we need your input on where to go next and what to do. You're part of this team still, right? And he raises his eyebrow.
Yes, of course.
All right.
It seems like Neverwinter would. No, we need to talk to Arctis Emberson and get that info out of him.
We need to talk to Shira. And is your lady friend okay?
The
drow.
I don't know. Have I heard any word? Because I believe I sent her with some people of the circle of druids, the I can't remember what it's called, to take her to somewhere safe. In fact, I told them to take her to the woods, probably here. So after I hear about this, I'm like, well, we need to get into those Neverwinter woods.
All right.
We have like 4 quests there now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna
So we're-
suggest
so we're-
hiding there. or
Let's
something.
take a map and like think, what's the closest, what's the best pattern to knock out all these quests?
I installed this
Exactly.
quest helper mod.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to track multiple quests at once. Is that possible in this game? I feel it isn't anymore.
Yeah, I feel like Neverwinter Wood would be a good place to disappear for a while too. It looks like it's pretty big and pretty dense.
Yeah, that's
So,
what my
okay.
character would suggest.
Yeah, I think Ruby says, I'm going to Neverwinter Wood. That's what he tells you.
Yeah, so I like Peleos's plan, but I think we insert a little bit of Rookvies there, and we swing by the pub first and see if we can get information on the Ring of Neverwinter.
And that
Okay.
might be more pressing depending on what information Sirac has.
Yes,
But I
agreed.
would like to take a quick trip into the woods to find a guy. Say
Yeah.
as I crack my knuckles. I can't remember who that was that we were supposed to kill. Or he of many teeth.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been written down somewhere. I don't have those notes anymore. I accidentally tore them out of my book. Anyways, yeah, so let's do that.
Okay, so you leave Dahlia's room or small apartment, and Peleus, as you say goodbye to this man, he tells you his name is Joran, and he swears to you that as you leave that I will make an obscene motion with my hand just to make sure that they don't get the statue they want, and he kind of bats you as you go out.
Make sure your
this guy.
statue will be displayed at a public place.
Dahlia seems a little bit shocked, but her kids are again they watch you and that conversation as if a legend is being kind of showcased in front of their eyes. So they're with their mouth open, they simply are amazed by this.
I will take her to the side real quick and tell her to bring him to the priest because he might be able to cleanse him, and I will hand her 10 gold for reagents to cleanse it.
Amazing. So she probably didn't see so much gold like in one place in her life. So this probably solved her problem, and she kind of blushes because this is probably the reason she didn't take him to the doctor herself. She doesn't have the money to do that, so that has solved her problem. So she thanks you, she hugs you, and then she goes about making sure that Joran is brought in front of brother Satarian. As you go, yeah.
Sorry, before we leave, while that was happening, I rolled a 21 on my investigation check. I want to look around her house.
Okay.
I'm just looking for evidence of a partner of some sort.
Good.
Maybe daddy or another partner. Is she single parent?
So it appears so, but you do see, if as you kind of walk around, that under the staircase there is basically, it looks like a brick wall, as if under the staircase there is nothing. But as you look around, you do believe that there is a hidden room there. Also, she has just in front of that place a small, like a desk and a mirror for a woman to take a look at herself before she leaves the apartment. There is a chest there. It's open. There are a few letters there, and some of them, with a finger you just peek, are indeed written in a strong, bold handwriting of a male. So she is probably in touch with someone.
Okay. So is there any way for me to peek into that secret passage or room without being too obvious? Or if I hold back and wait, kind of just be the last person to leave?
So you'll probably need some more an active investigation to kind of move and prod and try to do something. It will seem odd because this place is very, very small. So unless someone arranges for a distraction or something like that, she'll probably spot you doing that.
Yeah, well, she's been nice. I don't want to peek too much. I just wanted to make sure. So when we leave, I'm just going to tell Semyon to make sure that her and her kids are taken care of.
Okay.
He knows what that means. I don't mean killer. I don't mean killer.
Oh, sorry, sir. I was, he was already pouring poison to their cubs.
No.
Plant dies.
Financially, make sure that they're financially taken care of. That 10 gold is helpful, but yeah, it looks like she's got like a drafty spot underneath her stairs, so maybe get an insulator in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to that bar or wherever Sirac is.
Yeah, so you go back to the dirty old dwarf, and as you
Love that name.
yeah,
Love that name.
And as you approach his room, you kind of knock open. So Sirac is a chubby little fellow. He's not like halfling small, but he isn't tall. And he is wearing that puppy hat, with the two. I don't know how it's called.
Flaps for the ears.
Yeah, flaps, exactly. And his clothes are still reeking from fish. If you remember, he was a fisherman back in Tin Towns, so the smell didn't wash out just yet. So he is eating in his own room, but as you knock and walk in, he kind of, we are going to have that conversation, are we?
Yeah, it's about time.
So
I'll just sit across from him and say, "It's about time you told us where your father and the ring is."
Well, I don't know where my father is. I have some suspicions, but this knowledge or suspicion got me on the table with a couple of mind flayers, an experience I would not be caring to repeat. Are you sure you want to be part of all this mess?
Listen, rescuing you from those mind flayers got us mixed up with those mind flayers, so this is nothing new to us.
We were already part of this, before we went to rescue you.
I will tell you.
We're mixed up in this.
I will tell you this, that anyone who got some tip or a piece of information about this specific ring eventually went out looking for it, and in 99% of the cases returned without the ring, or dead, or both. So just me letting you in with that information, and by the the tendency of adventurers to seek trouble and fame, and as they rescue the innocent and the good people of the realms from the garbage pits they have thrown themselves into, you will go and look for that artifact. I'm positively sure about that. So again, I ask you, are you sure you want me to share with you?
We were looking for this ring well before we knew where you were. So yes, and I would suspect that all the people that came before us didn't have this information that you're about to give us, and also didn't have a letter from you to your father imploring him to meet with us and help us in any way he can. You're going to provide us with that letter, right? Dead I am again.
He asks, I'm not sure if this is a persuasion attempt or an intimidation one. Can you?
For time here.
From me, it's
Right.
intimidation. It is
So-
most definitely intimidation.
So roll.
Can I
I'm
help?
actually proficient in intimidation, so that's a 21.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyone
Yeah, you
wants to
keep
say
asking me to make persuasion checks, but I'm actually much better at intimidating people.
Intimidation. Yeah.
Rugby
It's just-
says
it's just your
we've
version
gone
of
on.
persuasion. You know, tell us what you know, and nothing bad will happen. You know, as you persuade people normally.
Yeah. No, that doesn't work coming from a person that looks like me, right? Nobody believes that.
Well,
They think I'm going to eat their soul.
creepy. Yeah.
you're not
it
gonna
does.
eat our soul?
So, about the ring.
Yeah.
So anyone wanted to say something? Because
Yeah, Rugby says we've gone on this quest, we've died, we've came back with nothing, and we're pressed for time. And he just looks at him, dark circles under his eyes, just angry, looming over him. I got a 20 on my intimidation.
okay.
Oh, shit.
So he says, my father, once he found this interesting artifact, realized that he had become immortal. He wouldn't age as long as the ring is on his finger. It also granted him very unique powers over water, ice, and the weather. It is said by sages and scholars that the ring has the power to encase the world in ice. Obviously, my father was far from such aspirations. He was, much like yourselves, a treasure seeker. He found his treasure, finally, the image of my mother, and he smiles. She was a warrior from a land far, far away from here, back in the south, in a place called damn it, I forgot. In a place called Omu. And let me just get the actual name. Can't believe I forgot it. I'm running another campaign there. Damn it. It is in Chalt. Whew, amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm old. And he says, in Chalt he met my mother. They had me, and then his love, my mother, she vanished. Apparently, she was a part of a caste of people holy enough to be taken by their gods when their city was under attack. This all happened a long time ago. In my belief, he is still looking for her in that cursed land. But Omu is so far away, and my information is around 40 years old, and he is immortal, so he could be practically anywhere. But that's my guess. That said, I'm not going to risk my life dying because of a mosquito bite in the jungles of Cholt, just to meet my father. If it was so important to him, he would come to me.
This apple fell a long, long way from the tree, huh?
Yes, and I'm proud of it.
All right, so to the letter that you're going to write your father for us.
He looks at you like, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, your father does no idea what kind of danger he's in. And if the enemy gets a hold of that ring, they do have those aspirations. If they have any idea where he is.
Okay.
if they get a hold of you and you tell them what you just told us, we need to get to them first.
And this is why I'm inclined to ask, where are you headed next? Because in my opinion, I should stay as close as possible to you.
Why?
Well, you seem like the sort of people who are able to defend a man such as I until I'm put to some place safe, which I don't know where, but everything is better than this shithole. And he kind of looks around.
I'm gonna slip a sheet of parchment over towards him in my ink and quill. As you work on that letter, and I'm just gonna I need an aside with the team out in the hallway.
Okay, so he takes the parchment and says, well, can you at least help me in writing the first few words? For example, dear son of a bitch of a father. Or maybe the evil man who birthed me and then didn't contact me for 4 years. Or maybe... What? You said something?
Yeah, all of those will work. Just write it honestly. And he needs to know that it came from you. If I write it, then he'll know for sure it didn't come from you.
Okay.
Just tell him how much danger he's in and why he needs to cooperate with us.
Okay, so he starts writing a letter. So at
Awesome.
first he kind of is angry and he's not writing, but then after like a couple of minutes he starts filling like lines and lines. So it's kind of a therapy.
I'll hand him another couple of sheets.
Yeah,
This seems cathartic. Take what you need. Get it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Out in the hallway. We need an aside.
As soon as
So
we
I-
huddle up, Rookby looks at you and says, "We're gonna do a road trip to Chult."
I'm very excited about that. I'm not keen on babysitting, but if the enemy gets a hold of this guy, they will go straight to Chult. And he'll spill. I mean, he's not tough enough to withstand torture.
No, I looked at him and he talked.
He's soft.
Have we considered destroying the container of information that is him? I mean, removing the information from him somehow.
Well, I've thought of it.
Wait,
Like,
you've
now that
thought
we
of
have it-
this?
Yeah, like, if imagine the information is written on a scroll, and now we got it. What would we do with that scroll? We would burn it.
Mhm.
No. We would find somewhere safe for it.
Where? Okay.
I
don't know where that
You
would
would
be,
burn
though.
a scroll for
I'd
God.
be
Okay.
burning. Yeah, you're totally right.
Not even a day ago, I sent
Fuck.
one of the most
Sent
important
someone
people I've ever
safe.
met right into where I thought was safe, and it was completely not safe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could be safe. You don't
Yeah.
know yet.
My mom was sent here because we thought it was safe, and it was the worst possible place for her. It killed her.
If he
There
comes
is
with us,
nowhere
he will
safe.
die.
These mind flares are everywhere. They've
Yeah, okay,
infiltrated the
that's a
highest
thing.
levels in Waterdeep. They've infiltrated the highest levels
So we
here.
make him forget it. I mean, we're not gonna kill this guy.
How do we
but if
do
we
that?
can remove, I don't know, magic. There's got to be a way.
I don't know how much that would cost. I can't do it.
You could
Removing
maybe
memory?
affect his brain somehow, or
Not doing a lobotomy. We just left the crazy insane asylum.
yes. But as we would only do it, to save a lot of other people. Makes sense.
Pretty sure that's what they said when they built that prison.
Hey, Rookfi.
Hmm.
Are you frozen? Okay. What about your aunt? Could we send him to live with your aunt? Could she protect him?
I hope she's doing. I hope she's back to doing her desk job. Because if she's
Yeah.
not, then she would kill him.
Back in the Moonshays, right?
It's north of the Moonshays, Ruathim. She's probably still
Ruathim is
traveling.
part of the Ruathim
Yeah.
is part of the Moonshays, yeah. But so she's like there on an island full of Viking berserker warriors. I mean, it seems like a safe place,
Yeah.
and we can trust her.
Yes.
Is Does he have any skills besides knowing his father that would be beneficial to being a babysitter?
He can fish
Man, I'm
and
kind of
smell like
hungry.
fish.
If he can fish worth a damn, then he'll be put to work in Ruthie.
Yeah, he could disappear there, but only if we can sneak him onto a ship that we trust, with the crew that we trust, understanding that that entire crew might be killed later for that information. Like, this guy is now the most important person on the planet.
Because he knows where the guy who has the Ring of Winter. He thinks
He
he knows where the
thinks.
guy who has the Ring of Winter is.
Yeah. Right? And it seems like a lot of the Giants' plans, at least the Frost Giants, revolve around that ring.
Yeah, it turns the world into ice.
Yeah. Seems right up their alley.
Frost giants, yeah.
Do I
Yeah.
know if out of character? Do I know if there's like a transportation circle in Ruthie?
Oh, a teleportation circle?
Yeah, teleportation exactly.
Well, there's
I
the
thought they were
capital
mad
city
at
of the
us right
Moon
now.
Shays that is not
If-
far from Rothim. They would have a teleportation circle. They
You
have
do- you do
the
have-
queen's husband is a mage.
You do have a colleague that will most certainly know, which is the Black Staff of Waterdeep.
The Black Staff. So that was going to be my other thought: is we could send him to Waterdeep. If we can get him to
Wait, they
Waterdeep,
still
the
like
Black
us?
Staff would be able to protect him.
Are you sure about that?
I thought the Black Staff was
Fair.
mad at us.
Yeah, but she's not going to let her anger over us
Can
What
we
if you
end
leave
trust
the
him with
world.
Black
her?
Staff?
Can we
Sorry?
actually trust her?
That's a fair point. We don't have a lot of experience with her. I'm just going on reputation.
Yeah, but she seemed like in cahoots with the Lord, sort of. And the
Yeah,
Lord
but
didn't
she's a
like us, and the
she's a
Lord had-
politician in Waterdeep. She's got to deal
Yeah.
with all sorts of unsavory folk.
Yeah, but the
I guess
Lord
we're
also had
probably-
really close ties to Chult, it seemed. He had like a secret warehouse full of
Oh, yeah.
jars from
Yeah,
Chult
that's a fair point. Yep.
that was
Yep.
full
Yep.
of
Yep.
brain bugs.
Ah, shit. Then they're already there. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
might
They
not
already
even
have
need
an
to go to
establishment
Chult
there.
to
They,
find
yeah, him and the ring.
Yeah.
They might,
So we don't want to do that.
If
yeah, yeah.
Because we're
Yeah,
trying to
he's
keep
right.
it away from the Illithids, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep.
Generically, we're trying to keep it away from the Illithids.
Yep. They're the last ones we want to have it. I feel like they're playing all sides right now. I feel like they're kind of in the middle, just
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, because the
pushing
Ring of
everybody's
chaos.
buttons.
The Ring of Winter is only the Frost Giant. The Fire Giant's plan was that
Yeah,
thing that we may or may not have set free.
yeah. Which is now gone.
Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully safely
And the
gone.
Stone Giants is the crown. I think they plan on bringing back somebody
Oh, right.
or
we're in trouble for
releasing their
What's the crown?
sleepers. I think it's key. I think it might release something, or it allows them to commune with their god, and I don't know that we want to allow that.
Hmm. So
Direct
the
communion.
crown is something we should destroy.
It's saved our
people
asses on a number of times. But yeah, if the group thinks we should destroy it, let's destroy it. I'm okay with that. It's a magical item. I'm not
Can we
attached
destroy
to it. I don't know. Can I make an Arcana check to see if there's any kind of magic that might be able to wipe his mind?
Okay.
16.
So yes, you do believe that there are spells that can do that, so yeah, there is magic that can do that. You need to probably find a wizard capable of doing so and uncaring enough to do so, because it is illegal. That's one option. The other option is to find a cooperative illithid.
Yeah,
that's not
right.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, I think that would be a bad idea. I don't think we would.
We could Illithid. But let's find Illithid to, destroy his mind.
So, actually, here's a thought. If we've gotten a Illithid alone, and we convince them that we want them to wipe his memory, and the Illithid does that, and then we just kill the Illithid. I mean, we can kill one of them.
Yeah, but aren't they all like brain connected and
No, not unless they're
They're
in
not?
the hive.
Oh,
Like,
so
up
like
here
if
on
you're
the
surface.
on the own,
Do
it
they have
wouldn't just
repeaters or
like
something around that
automatically
like
to the
connects
colony.
them?
Sorry, what was that, Rugri?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do they have like? How do we know if it's connected to the hide?
Like,
Or not?
I think they have to be within proximity to it. I
Do they
think
have
we
some
would
sort of-
know if there was a city of Illithids that close to us.
Are you just there's a whole underground here.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm talking the city. Like, we're talking about like a hive mother, or whatever they call it. It's not an insignificant thing. It would be a nexus of psychic energy unlike anything we've ever seen before. Something we would know. I highly doubt it, but we don't have to do it
That's what he's
here
saying
either.
about the
Like,
Chancellor
we can
Palace.
have them meet us on a friggin' on the road halfway between here and Waterdeep, on a boat. How's that? We'll do it on a boat.
We
But
would
how
definitely
will you
not want to
arrange
set up
that?
a meet with Illithids. No, we would have to kidnap one, find one
No.
unsuspecting. Because if we
Well,
let
we
them
could
plan
set
and
up a
prepare,
meet.
we're doomed.
I'm sure we could find one. There's got to be one that's not connected to this whole thing. Up in Luskin, City of Pirates, bad people there.
Isn't
Anyways,
that where we met
that's
our
a
first
far.
Illithid and the gladiator?
I don't think we've ever been to Luskin.
Oh no, it wasn't quite there.
Well,
Yeah.
it was at the Xanatar's hideout that there was an Illithid.
Yeah, in Waterdeep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one there.
But anyways, so yeah, we've got a number of different options. We need to figure.
Yeah,
We need to decide on something.
Could also trust him to not share the information. He did keep it secret while being probed in that weird mind prison.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
we
if he
got there
could-
just in time. Like, it was inevitable. I'm pretty
you-
sure
Yeah,
I could get the
inevitable,
information
but
out of
He
him.
was there for a long time. At least that's my understanding. That he was there for a pretty long time.
He must have. He was there. Certainly. I mean, we kidnapped him, didn't we? When we were dead, our zombie bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was. But we. I don't know how long that was. What was the timeline between that? You know.
So the only thing that might have worked to your benefit is the fact that you flew to Helm's Hold,
Uh-huh.
and they probably took the longer route. They didn't have a flying ship. This is like, you know, that the Centaurian took him there, and they didn't have a flying ship. So
So he was there
Sparkly
for
just took him
days
on a
as opposed
detour.
to weeks.
yes.
Days opposed. So he wasn't there for that long.
And you know,
Oh,
it takes
so-
time to fill all the forms and get admitted.
That's
and
right.
They have to
A lot of
check you.
bureaucracy to get through.
Yeah, exactly. And if
And there's
it's
the
a
initial
very
assessment.
no, you
What
did
if-
get there on time. Yes.
All right, Ricky,
Here's
what do you
another-
want to do? Oh, another great.
So I've seen a lot of magic so far, running around with you guys, and there's probably something that allows us to put him inside an object, a small object that we can carry around.
Yeah, we could magic
And-
jar his soul right into a gem.
Because killing him would probably piss off Arthas.
Yeah, but artist won't know. We'll have a letter from his son. He's not going to get word that his son
Arthas is
dead.
really old. Maybe he's like really powerful.
I'm sure he is. Plus, he's got the ring. Like, I'm sure he
Yeah.
could kill us.
Mhm.
We don't want to piss him off.
We
I
do not.
agree.
We can
So
put
what do
him
you
in
wanna
a
do?
Pokeball.
Yeah, we should. But I don't think we can Pokeball his whole physical body. I mean, if I could get the magic jar spell, I don't even know if that's something I can cast. We could totally take his soul, and then we could put him into a better body, like that fat, flaccid,
I'm
pale.
leaving. I'm leaving. I'm finding a church. I don't know when our party fell so far to think that an NPC is worth killing over information.
Well, we're not
I
talking
don't
about
know
killing him at
what's
this
going
point.
on. I am
So-
leaving. I am going to pray.
We're talking about taking his
Galen,
soul and keeping it safe.
Galen, when all these
In-
talks about soul kind of enter your mind, you unconsciously,
Unconsciously, yeah.
you start playing with the coin that was given to you.
Yeah, I remember that
Soul
coin.
coin. What does it do?
It's a key.
What
It
does it
opens
do?
something.
It makes him look cool.
Yeah. Can I cast
It's the
Identify on it?
special code to put in the arcade machine.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
automatically win.
I'm using it at the vendor. I really need that coat. Come on, I got
That's
this
right.
coin.
Can I cast Identify on that coin? I could maybe tell you something about it.
Maybe let's put that away and go to the side and just quietly
that-
for ourselves, just the two of us, talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that another time. So, okay, what do you want to do, Rookfi? Let's start there. What's your vote?
I say we need to get into those Neverwinter woods. So I will take care of him if you guys need.
You're going to be his babysitter?
Of course.
Peleos?
Neverwinter Woods, for sure.
Are you
What-
talking?
Can you?
Pardon?
I'm talking.
Oh,
You're with us? I got a thumbs up.
It sounds like you're in a like your microphone isn't the one you're speaking to.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the wrong microphone. Picking up.
Yeah. Okay. Forgar?
I have left.
Left.
Come back. Come back. I'll send Lauren to go
I-
get you.
Forgar seemed to didn't want to kill him, so if Rookwe wants to babysit
I left.
him,
Yeah, I left because
Okay.
I was not killing him.
All right. We'll let the farmer speak for Rookfi.
Are we back on the right microphone?
Yeah,
now?
Yeah,
you're back.
yeah.
Yay.
Okay, Yeah, Neverwinter Woods for sure.
Okay. So Galen.
yeah, I said we can bring him along, have Rookwe
Fine.
keep him safe, and
Ugh.
you know, if something dangerous happens this road, we'll make sure the information is safe. Wink,
All
wink,
right.
wink. As I'm clearly winking at Andres, and everybody can see me winking at him.
Got it. Wink. So before we do that, everything on the table, Rookfi, have you lost your power?
Excuse me?
Have you lost your powers? If you're going to be babysitting the most important person on the planet, I need to know who's babysitting them. And it seems to me that you may have lost your powers.
The Earth Mother and I have had a falling out.
That's not an answer.
And
I don't care about your little lover's quarrel. I care about you and your ability to defend him. Do we need to help you?
Yeah.
It's a sensitive issue. Come on.
Okay. I'm not
More,
sensitive.
no, comforting.
It's not my thing.
I seem to have some sort of trouble
Yeah, guys
All
having
right.
trouble, you know.
We'll help you with that.
summoning.
No
You never
problem.
know if it happens.
It happens to everyone.
We'll help. We'll help. It happens to everybody. There's a pill. We'll get it. We'll get it taken
Yeah.
care of. All right.
There's a
Well, at
pill?
least we know. At least we know. Would
Paladin
you?
pill?
So now that it's been brought up, do we want to try and destroy this crown?
It's yes. It's an object that's going to be used. It's an object that's inherently evil, or is that just very dangerous that it exists?
I don't think it's evil. I think it's a conduit. I mean, it allowed me to commune with their.
Safe.
I've kept it safe this far.
Yeah.
Was
We
it?
also haven't met any stone giants lately.
It's a key
True.
to what? They can commune with the god directly, but it's a key to what?
It's all I know is that
Nike?
it's a conduit so they can commune with their god, and it allows me to summon that elemental and control that elemental, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's the communion with their god. Like I don't know what's going to happen if their queen, the queen of all the stone giants, is able to talk directly to their god.
I
And
know
what
I'm not
she
there,
might be.
but
Well, I sent Lauren
I
to get you,
don't
so you
think
could be.
need I don't think you need to destroy the crown.
All right.
I think if you're worried about it, we can maybe wait to like have a contingency plan of if you're going to lose it, like worst case, we could all agree that we'll destroy the magic item, but
Yeah. Okay.
if
We
push
should
comes to
Agreed.
shove, destroy the
But we
crown,
maybe
destroy Zerak.
look into how it's destroyed. It might not
Yeah.
be as easy as
I'll
like,
start-
oh, we break it.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
start.
We have
I hit it with my axe. Everything breaks.
I'll start
No.
researching it, and I'll get Semyon to start researching it while he's searching for my father
It
as
might
well.
be something like we have to walk all the way across the continent to throw it into
Yeah.
some volcano.
Volcano.
And then,
Yeah.
and then instead
Dude,
of walking back,
we can
just
get an
fly
airship,
back.
all right?
So
We don't have to do that
Yeah.
kind of
fly there.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Like,
That
We
but
don't have to have
yeah,
big
yeah.
movies
walk
for
there.
this.
All right. Okay. So that's good. All right. So anybody else? We have anything else to talk about before we do this?
We've decided on which Neverwinter quest.
All of them.
All of
Dope.
them, all of
Which
them at
is
once,
the
and we all
first
head
one?
off in every direction.
So
We're gonna
Split
spread
the
out.
party. I like
we're gonna
it.
spread
Even
out.
better.
Whatever is closest, we'll try and do it all like one at a time.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna
Can we
start
give
all,
them
but
all
we're not gonna
code
finish any of
names?
them.
I'm gonna go back in the room. Is he still writing?
yeah, pages. That motherfucker.
All right. So I'm gonna sit down across from him again. You'll be happy to know we've decided not to kill you.
He kind of looks at you like this, you know.
I'm gonna give him I'm gonna attempt a smile, like a coy smile, like that was a joke. But I'm pretty sure he'll see through it. You can come with us.
Well, you
Root
won't
Feeder
be
is
you
going
won't
to
be
be your
short
bodyguard.
of fish.
Hmm?
You'll
Oh,
get
short of fish. Awesome.
yeah, you won't be short of fish.
Good. How many health points do you have?
Medium.
yeah.
I suspect
How many
that
hearts are
I-
we at, like 4?
I could
suspect that I could slap him into unconsciousness.
I could probably take a few punches.
All
Jesus.
right.
Okay,
Let's
you're
just
coming
do
with
that.
me then.
Yeah.
Put my hand on his shoulder. We're gonna buy you some gear, some armor.
As much as we can.
And I think I don't know if we go to the next scene now, but I think what Rugby's thinking of trying to do is like having some sort of like big backpack that he can just sit on his
Master
back.
Blaster.
Like Master Blaster.
He smiles and says, "I'll be honored to ride with you, Master Rookvi."
All right, you can finish the letter on the trail.
I will.
Let's skedaddle.
Okay. So you pack your few belongings and head out of the city's gates. So basically, Neverwinter Wood is encompassing all the parts that are north or east to Helm's Hold. So getting into the forest is very easy. Now, Peleus, I need you to make a nature check just to kind of get your bearing and make sure you can guide your friends towards the right direction.
That's a 21.
Amazing.
Wowza.
So, yeah,
Maybe
you
go to Oakenstand first. Like that was the guardian of the forest.
Yeah,
He could maybe help us with the other quests in the area.
agreed.
okay.
Makes sense. Totally.
So,
You might know where Xena is.
By the way, the bird, I hope it didn't like flew away.
she's
I tried to keep it around by like feeding it breadcrumbs.
yeah, okay, she is still there.
Okay, great.
So, you want to give her a name?
Yes.
Think about it.
I'll think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Forgard, do you still have that little dragon around?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it
His-
have a name?
Yes.
Little dude dragon.
Yes.
So do you want to name him? He has a name, but if you
I don't actively have a name, so if he has a name,
so his name is Summergale.
Summergale.
I
Okay.
like it.
And before we go into the wood, could I buy equipment for Sarag to protect him, like some armor? Anything that he's trained in?
Yeah, he looks ridiculous in armor, but he pulls off like a leather armor and a club, which is probably everything he could, muster.
Couldn't carry anything.
Yeah, muster and master.
All right. And do we have the book bag?
Oh, he refuses to. He refuses to go with that joke. That's not gonna fly.
But all right. Well, then keep up.
Okay. So you head out, and the first see, yeah. So the first travel day passes without any incident. These roads, basically called the High Road. It is patrolled from Helm's Hole to Neverwinter and even a little north. So you simply walk at that trail, hoping to join with Neverwinter River and then split to the right to Neverwinter Wood. So the first day of traveling goes by without an incident, which is amazing. You do see some farmers, a Gilded Eye patrol, and some traders along the way, but nothing sinister or strange. As you prepare for a short rest, or to close in for the night, if it's by camp or if it's in a small outpost, there are several dotted along the road that people who travel can simply go in. It's basically an inn without an innkeeper, so you can simply go in, find a comfortable spot, and bunk for the night. And the rest, you fall asleep, and you have a dream. And in this dream, you are standing on a cliff. Behind you, it's a very beautiful island, and in front of you is the ocean. And as the sun sets behind you, the ocean and the clouds above it are taking a dark purple hue, and the clouds are, they form into storm clouds, and you can see flashes of lightning here and there. And then you can hear very clearly the sound of your patron. And he whispers at you, "Her spirit had yet to depart. You can still reunite with her. You've seen the mean to do it. That bronze womb that gives birth to those who parted from their body. I can show you the way. Find the voice of the All-Father, and you will be rewarded." And then you wake up. Just a second.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately. Oh damn! I've lost him. You guys heard that? Her spirit is yet to depart. Seek the mean. You've seen the means to do it.
The bronze.
And they said something about a bronze something.
Bronze womb, maybe?
Bronze womb.
Womb, yes, a bronze womb. Womb, like
WOMB.
yes.
Okay, gives birth to those who have passed. He just rolls over and starts writing. Find the voice of the All-Father.
Yes.
And you will be what?
Rewarded.
All-Fathers, ancient god. I've seen the means to a bronze womb. Can I make a history check?
Yes, you can.
Means
Didn't you just clone a guy?
Yeah. You've seen
Some
some
tank?
screwed up stuff, dude.
Yeah, but I thought that was all destroyed.
Yes, but
Yes, but it can be
make
rebuilt.
it grow.
I can't. I don't know how to
Why
do
not?
that. Do I? Do I know how to do that?
so you have examined
seen
it pretty thoroughly, to activate it, and maybe there is a message there. I can show you the way. You have seen it can be done, and I can help you create it.
Okay, I just have to find the voice of the All-Father. So, as far as the All-Father goes, I rolled a 20 on a history check. What can you tell me about the All-Father?
You have no idea what that means.
No idea? Okay. Dang. All right.
It's clearly Odin. Come on. Everybody
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, maybe
Um,
while we're here, I might have a quiet word with Anderist and say, "Oh, I found this weird coin. Do you know anything about it?" It seems
Sure.
important. I don't
nice.
share what I know about it. Just if he knows anything about it.
I'll make a Arcana check or history. Either way, it's going to be the same. Another 20.
Amazing. So, is it this is it the 20 or is it a natural 20? Like what's
It's not
the
a natural 20.
so
Modified. I rolled a 14.
Okay. So with a 20, you do realize this is a thing called a soul coin. What it does is using a specific ritual that you can research, not without some trouble, but you can find this information. Using a ritual, you can basically trap a person's soul inside this coin. And then this coin becomes the engine for some arcane device that you can construct. There are several devices like this that can be built. The references that you have heard about are all kinds of demonic constructs. For example, you have heard stories about devices that are created by demons to travel fast, to cover vast distances over a very short time, like mechanical operations that allows you to replace horses, basically. And these things can power those.
Well, there you go.
Well, this sounds really evil. I should probably get rid of this like as soon as possible. I say as I'm putting it into a small pouch, instead of
Yeah.
like grabbing it close, putting it in another pouch, like putting it like stuff in it.
Yes.
Yes. No. That's it. Ooh, evil.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The
bad.
only thing that you
Oh.
don't know, because the roll wasn't high enough, is this coin already contains one?
Yeah. So, yeah. If I cast Identify on it, I might be able to get any command words or command phrases from it,
Go for
if
it.
you let me.
I'll unwrap
Yeah.
it and pull it out again.
Pouch out of pouch out of pouch out of pouch. Yeah, so I'll need some time to do that.
Mhm.
And then I'll just cast Identify and see if I can get anything else out of it.
And
Okay.
while you're holding it, I'm really like looming over you, making sure you don't do anything.
Yeah, so about that, well, whereas normally Andrist would sit for this kind of thing, he would just sit cross-legged on the ground. He stands and he paces while he's casting the spell. And you realize now, since his mother, you've noticed he doesn't sit much anymore. He's almost like he used to sit all the time as much as possible because he's sick and needed the rest. But it's almost like rage is fueling him now. He paces. He chooses not to sit. He's standing almost all the time. So.
Okay.
And P.S. That ring that Ito gave me last time, you guys don't know anything about it. He hasn't shown it or said anything to you about it. Yeah, Identify.
Okay, Identify. So, as I said, yes, it is a soul coin. So there is this ritual that can trap someone's souls into it. You need to research the exact operation of it, but wait for it. So uttering the word.
The question is,
uttering the word. Where was it? Okay, not that one. Oh, this is. So uttering the word momostili will make the coin cast darkness 15 radius. There, you know this spell?
oh,
Yes. Which is the first step toward this ritual. And uttering the word nopalzin is actually the word that catches the soul. But in order to use that second soul, there is a ritual around that. It isn't something that you can still simply point at someone and say it. There's some preparations around it, but the first word, Momostli, casts darkness
And
15 radius.
do I learn anything about if there's a soul in it right now, and if there is, how to get the soul out?
You believe that the best way to do it, to check, is to simply say the first word. If you have darkness,
Momostili?
darkness looms around you.
At this point I might like just grab a hold of your shoulder and take the coin from you. Maybe not
So
that
if there
gently.
was a soul in it, it's gone now.
It's not
You're
gone.
welcome.
You've simply expanded a little bit of its life force.
Sorry, expanded what?
Expanded a bit of the life force.
Yes.
Oh, so if there's okay, so there is a soul in it, because I could do that.
Yes, exactly.
Every time you use that, you're slowly killing somebody. Awesome.
Himself?
I'll
Good-
trade you for it.
Good to know, and I'm sorry if I only slightly broke your shoulder as I took it from you.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm used to it. I'll just heal myself. Cool. There you go. That's awesome. I'm gonna
No,
casually
that's
mention.
evil, and we shouldn't.
I don't know.
I'll-
What if the
I'll-
person
I'll-
voluntarily put their soul into it? You don't. I don't think the item itself is evil. I think whoever uses it determines if it's evil or not.
Yeah, so we shouldn't use it, and we should maybe look into a way to help this poor soul that is trapped here.
Hey, it's your coin. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna just
That's not
casually
my
mention
coin.
that.
It's not my coin. I just
Sure.
accidentally found it.
All right. Well, finders keepers. It's yours now.
I say, and I'm clearly lying. And I can't.
Yeah.
lie. Yeah.
I'm gonna casually mention to the rest of the group, just like, hey, have any of you guys ever heard of the All Father?
Probably I.
What do you want? History?
Religion?
Religion? I can make. I'm making that. Fuck.
Oh wow.
man.
15.
18 for Rugby.
I'm guessing my 20 didn't work. Then that's not gonna work.
Never
Alright.
heard of him.
Never mind. Cool.
Okay.
Let's
Anything else you want to do, or you want to continue your trek to the forest?
I think Rugby is constantly looking for signs on the circle of man. I cannot remember this this group I'm associated with.
You have to find it. If you don't find it, it doesn't exist.
Okay, whatever.
Emerald Enclave.
Yeah.
Aren't all three of you part of the Emerald Enclave? I know Forgar is.
Mm-hmm. I'm a terrible member.
Paleo, are you part of the Emerald Enclave?
Bad as I am at my character
No?
sheet.
Oh, so just the two paladins, not the druid. Interesting.
No, we have the same character, except different races.
Yeah.
I copy paste. Like, look, I finished my homework. I made.
Yeah.
I have a
Just
beat.
Hey
Sure.
man, I did it first.
So Enderist will start every free moment. He's going to start drawing schematics, trying
Okay.
to recreate the cloning vats.
Okay. Makes sense.
Address you asked, like really, like not politely ask Rookie if something was wrong with it. Is something up with you? You seem agitated.
Yeah, my mom was killed by my father, so I'm more than a little upset and have lost my sense of purpose.
Oh,
So point me towards something to kill, please.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I point in a random direction.
Okay. So you conclude your business for the night, turn on to sleep, and then continue to the forest at the next day. And
What type of forest is it? Is it leafy forest, needly forest? What do we got going?
So Neverwinter Wood is basically let me check. Neverwinter Wood. I have no idea.
No idea, okay.
It's a wood.
Oh, so
yeah.
helpful.
No, I
It's-
don't
it's-
see.
I'm sure it's full of Christmas trees, like all decorated for the
Get decorated
all time.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, it is that. But it is
Nothing.
probably that sort of trees in this
I
far
have
north.
I have nothing on the type of tree there, but as you approach, the lightly forested areas, hills and valleys that eventually turn to a forest, you do all feel the tingling of magic in the air. Something within this area is obviously projecting a very strong aura of magic. Most of you can simply feel it. So at first, the forest seems like a very lively and pleasant place, even though it's now winter, so the weather itself isn't very pleasant. But this place seems rather interesting, and the atmosphere, the small animals that's running around, Peleus especially, you feel like revived in a sense. But a time at the day comes when the forest suddenly turns very, very still. And you all approach what appears to be a bridge, a stone bridge. Beneath it, there's flows Neverwinter River. And as you walk over the bridge, you hear a screeching voice of... you think it's a bird, but it's voice. It's like metal on stone, and you hear someone shrieking or screaming as you cross the bridge. You simply stand there, looking around, trying to understand what's going on, and you hear, "The world will be soon cleansed of the likes of you. Return the crown, thieves!" If you turn to Roll20, you find yourself in this place. So
Nice. Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
please, yes.
I
So
like it.
put yourself kind of on the bridge in this area, and you see.
How do I do that?
You probably have to resize the pictures a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, mine is coming up as aim, and that's
Uh,
okay.
You do have the
I
disguise
do
self
it?
spell, so
Yeah, that's true.
Anderist, what Anderist? There's no Anderist here.
Hey.
Anderist
I
never
don't know what
doesn't
I'm
have a
doing.
crown.
So,
What you're doing this. If I could do it, yes, I could.
Yeah, I don't even have to do it. Awesome.
Okay.
How did you do that?
Yeah, the character sheet, just which you click on the name and then pull it out on the map.
Okay, cool.
The token or the picture you have.
Wait, how did you make a token out of it though?
I
That's
think
something
I did. I
way
did.
back, yeah.
I did for all of you.
It's the DM that has to. Yeah, but our old characters. Probably not the new ones. At least it doesn't seem that way. Not linked to the character sheet in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I do it for Jenkins, yeah. He does have a nice token with 0 out of 24 hit points. So, and everything.
Oh, hey, Ito, can I assume that I've had Greater Restoration cast on me by now? Got my hit points back?
You have that spell? If you have it, sure.
Keenan has it.
If Keenan has it, then sure. So, what you see in
Thanks,
front...
Paleos.
No problem.
Like, no, I refuse. Suffer.
Okay, so what you see is this. You see two creatures flying something like 30 feet above the ground, and they approach you, and each flying creature looks like something like a crossbreed between a goblin and a Pegasus or something like that, like a very ugly head, but with a large span of wings. It looks as if it's made out of stone. It has a harness, and on top of that harness is a dwarf sitting. So you have two of these, to the left and to the right of the bridge.
And it's a regular dwarf?
No, it's a Durgar.
That wants to turn us to stone, I'm sure.
So there you got these two of them, to the right and to the left. And they basically pop out of thin air. It looks as if they have been invisible so far. So as you look at them, and they kind of materials from the thin air, both of the dwarfs are fully armed. They pick up heavy crossbows and press the trigger. I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh yeah, 19.
17.
19 for me also.
Okay.
8
So-
for Peleus.
19
for
for
Rukvi.
Galen, 15 for Rukvi, and the rest
19.
19 also. So okay. Rest and Forgar
17.
17. So Quarian will run with Sirach to the woods, like, "Oh, protect him," and he vanishes with Sirach. Okay, so they have surprised you, so they get to make like a free attack basically, and then we'll see. So sorry, the dwarves on those creatures, they don't have crossbows, they have javelins, so they simply throw 2 javelins. So the first javelin goes to they both target Forgar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
I should have been standing in front. Oh well.
Yeah. So both of the monsters and their riders, they kind of whoosh to this area. Javelins come when they are close enough, but not too close, and then the creatures themselves go for Forgar. So the first dwarf attacks. His javelin hits armor class 14.
Misses.
Misses. So the first javelin misses. The second one, it's even lower. So good for you.
Rah! I deflect them as they come in.
Yes, but then they the mounts basically come in, and both of them try to claw and bite you. So it's
Bring it on.
yeah. So the first bite hits armor class. This is 16.
Misses.
Okay, the second
18.
bite. Second bite is 16 again, and then 2 claws. 1 claw for 8, and the other claw is 17. Misses. So they run over Forgar, and they start to claw and bite and try to do all kinds of nasty things to him. But with your armor, you deflect most of them, like all of them, basically. And then they whoosh. Whoops.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
So yes,
If
go.
they bite and claw at me,
Yeah.
they were in melee.
Yeah, go for it.
It depends if you have the flyby trait Then they don't provoke attack of opportunities.
I don't think. No, they don't
That's
have any
something
flyby.
No,
No,
I'm
simply
not flying.
No,
It's
no
annoying.
bonus trait.
no. Go for it. You can
All
attack.
right, so the first dude's a miss. I rolled a 2 using a different die. Second guy, 17.
Okay, so are you trying to hit the dwarf or the creature he rides on top?
I feel I was going for the mounts.
For the mounts.
They were who attacked me in melee.
So,
the other guys threw.
And you rolled a 15?
More. I've lost the die though.
Okay, so you have a hit against one of the
All
creatures.
right. So I wasn't ready at all to actually hit the guys. I need this one, and I need this one, and then Divine Smite always is that one. So, do they have immunities that I should be paying attention, or can I just give you the lump sum of my frost and radiant
So if you go to the
slashing?
so as you hit this creature, the mount, who looks like stone, is your attack magical or not?
Yep.
So if it's magical, then simply roll everything you have.
Add them all up.
Yep.
No bonus, nothing. All right, I got 18 damage.
18 damage. This is amazing. So you hit one of the mounts and chops of wood fall into it fall from it. As they fall to the ground, they dissolve into dust. And the creature kind of
Cool.
Okay, great. So that was their attack and your attack of opportunity. And now we are with Enderist.
Sorry, they attacked Forgar and then
They
I missed
Moved
that.
a little bit.
Yep.
And they moved a little bit. So they're flying. How
Yeah.
high up are they?
30 feet.
They're 30 feet up. And the mounts, the Goblin Pegasus mounts, are how big? Are they large?
No, these are medium
Medium?
creatures. Yes.
Okay. So they're flying. Are they flying? They're kind of flying straight, like
Yeah, it seems
towards the
like the
top of the
dwarves.
map?
Yeah, it seems like the
Okay.
dwarves are getting ready for another javelin attack.
Okay, I'm going to cast a spell right in front of them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. So can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm casting Wall of Radiance right there.
Okay.
It is a shimmering wall of bright light. It's locked right in spot, so it just hovers there. It's free floating. It's 60 feet long, 10 feet high, and 5 feet thick. It blocks line of sight, but creatures and objects can pass through it. It emits bright light for 120 feet and dim light for another 120 feet.
Amazing.
So I want to cast it right on them so that they hit it. They each have to make a Constitution saving throw, or they're going to take damage and be blinded.
Amazing. Okay.
All 4 of them, I'm guessing, because I can play it. It's 5 feet thick, so.
Yep. Okay. So, the mounts. Let's do that first. Constitution saving throw. So the first one got a 15, and the second
Failed.
one got an 18.
Succeeded.
Okay, so...
Do you want me to roll damage individually or just all at the end?
No, you can roll once and I'll apply it for both of them. And let's say that this one is blinded.
Yeah. Which one? Sorry.
I just marked one of them. Sorry, and
Yeah,
the
I can
dwarfs,
see the mark.
what you see is that they have goggles on top of them. So the goggles are pitch black, like Wayne Diesel in his movie. And you all know that Durgar have problems operating through the day. So this is probably why the goggles are there. The dwarves, however, are resilient to magic, so they make their saves with advantage. So first roll is a 5, doesn't matter. The second roll is a let me see what's their cons, +2. So one of them is a 14.
Failed.
The other one, that's a 10, and that's a 20. So
Success.
okay, so let's okay. So I'll make this one blind just for the fun of it. Okay. So mount
I can't
and
see the
and
markings.
oh,
I
so
can't see them either.
that's fine, but probably right. You can't see if they're blind or not. I know who's
Yeah.
blind. Okay.
All right.
Okay. And the damage is 24 on a
Okay.
fail and 12 on a success.
Okay, so we have 2 successes there, so 12. Let me mark it, write it, +12. And this is +12. 24 on a
Fail.
fail. So that's +24. And for the mount, that's already +24, so hits. Okay, so the leftmost pair seem to be a little bit off balance after you attacked, so they are, at least one of them is blind, and the creature on top of which the dwarf is riding seems hurt in a way. The damage kind of affected its physical form, and it starts to dissolve from all kinds of parts of his body, and the dwarf is trying to hold control.
Okay.
So that was a good attack. Anything else?
And then I will just, yeah, I'll just move. I just moved myself on the bridge.
Okay, great. So Galen is up next.
Yeah. I was going to try to maybe jump up on one of them, but then there was a wall of sun above me. So instead of doing that, I'll just squint up at the bright light and throw 2 darts at the dwarf on the right.
Okay, can you mark him for me, like my right? Ah, it's the same right. Okay.
And on the map, right of the map here.
Yeah.
Over
Okay.
there. So that's a 19 and a 12 to hit.
So let's see. 19 and a 12. So the 19 gets in. The 12 does not.
Yes, and that does 9 piercing damage. Just normal damage, no medical or anything.
Let me
I'm
see.
not fancy when I'm throwing darts, except I do d8 point of damage with them
Okay.
instead of d3s.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that's
Farmer.
plus
Farmer.
You're a farmer.
Yes,
Played a lot of darts in that farm
Okay.
bar.
Okay,
like
great.
those.
I think this farm's a cult, guys.
He farms darts,
It
guys.
totally is. I'm brainwashed fanatic of Yontea. It's totally
Okay.
a cult. It's a
So,
temple.
okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I don't move. I do try to like maybe like, hey, what, you smelly gully dwarfs? No, gully dwarfs isn't in this world, but you smelly gnomes. How dare you attack us? To try to make them maybe attack me.
Okay. So after you make your attack, you hear some bushes rustling, and 2 more creatures lump themselves on the bridge. So seems like they were
Jesus.
hiding. And they have riders
Oh,
too.
that's better.
Yeah.
Why did I
you
move
Get in the
moved
there?
there,
paladin's
Andres.
aura real quick.
So they have riders too.
I think you might have made a strategically like
Yep.
wall there. Maybe just a minor.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would fly forward and I'd be able to have the wall between them and me. Oops.
Yeah.
So he would have even like turned around. So it's
Okay.
back
Oh yeah,
into
you
those
probably
guys.
have your back to them, and
Yeah.
the rest of us. Andres, Don't
Am
turn
I in
around.
front of the
Nothing dangerous
wall?
behind you. Don't worry.
Well, the wall is floating in the air, so it's
Yeah.
up like
It's
20
like
feet or
30 feet
whatever.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, those two creatures, those beasts, seems they walk on 6 legs. They have
no.
a very tough hide, and their eyes glow with a strange arcane energy. Anderist and Forgar, you two, your eyes are drawn to their eyes, and I need you two to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait,
As
no,
Is it
because
to
I
be
said I
frightened?
turned. No,
no,
it's something else. Because I said I turned my
Aw.
back to them, can I have advantage?
You when did you say that? I'm sorry.
He
I
did
s-
say he
we
was
were
looking up,
converging,
he
I
was
said-
looking at their enemies, like
Yeah,
the flying ones. So he
Oh,
had his
okay,
back turned
okay,
to that one.
good. Yeah, make it with advantage. That's fine.
Thank God. I only have a -1 to this roll.
So it's the aura of protection. You
So-
get a plus
Plus
3 to your saving throw.
Thank you. Oh, phew. Okay, 18.
18.
I rolled a nat 20.
18 and
Oh,
20
20.
is
I don't have any bonuses.
okay. It's amazing. Okay, good. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
So Andres doesn't turn to stone. Another character doesn't turn to stone.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? I'd
For
hate to
now,
lose
for
2 to
now.
stone.
So you are able to force, like you do feel your body getting hard as if stone is encasing your body, but you can shake. You manage to shake this effect, and yet, and you know that you are if you'll look at their eyes again, you might get hurt again. So you can avert your gaze if you want that.
Yeah.
So once that happens. They are rushing over riders and beasts to attack you. So this one goes right here. This one goes right here. And what happens is that okay. So first, those dwarfs attack, and you can see that they are a little bit different than the dwarfs that are on top of the flying creatures. They have a harness that seems a little bit like those creatures are their war horses, and they move as one, like mount and rider. It seems like they are somehow really know how to fight with along each other. The dwarfs are holding war picks, and one of them attacks. Twice. So 2 war picks toward Forgar. The first one is an 18 to hit.
That is my armor class.
Okay, so damage is you get 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus
Plus plus.
plus 7 points of poison damage. It seems like their war picks are poisoned.
Okay.
That was the first attack. The second attack is a 19 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay, so 3 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage. Now, as the dwarf hits you, it kind of spurs the creature it rides on to attack you as part of its reaction. So that's still not the action of the creature itself.
Okay.
So it will try to bite you.
Bring it on.
Yes, that's not a lot. That's a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Misses. Amazing. So
That's
second
not it.
second dwarf attacks you once with the pick. This is a 19 to hit.
Okay.
5 points of piercing damage plus 3 and a 4, so 7 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And second war pick attack, this is a 10.
That misses.
Right, but its mount can attack you as part of its
Bring it
reaction.
on.
This is actually a 19 to hit.
Okay.
And
That hits.
yeah, so if that hits, this is a from the bite, this is 4 plus 3. That's 7 piercing damage plus
Okay.
9 poison damage.
Okay.
Amazing.
I am up still.
Yes. At this point, so this was only... This was only one dwarf and his mount, right? I didn't miss
No,
one.
it was both dwarves
Both
attacked.
dwarfs, right? But the mounts didn't attack, correct? So
Correct. They only used their reaction.
reactions. Okay, so the mounts, one of them goes through your throat, Forgar.
Yeah.
The other one goes to Andarist. So Andarist. Oops.
Shield. I cast shield, I think.
Well, let's
As
see
a
what it rolls first.
reaction.
Yeah.
So the first attack against you, Andarist, is a... That's a natural 1. You're lucky.
Okay, never mind.
And Forgar, this is a 9, so bleh,
Misses.
Okay, now I need you guys to help me with the rules. So it says that if a creature starts its turn within 30 feet of the creature and you can see, then it can force you to make a Constitution. It works like on anyone who is on his radius, basically,
Yeah,
right?
within, yeah.
Okay.
Within line of
Feet,
sight.
Okay, what's that now?
So you want a
Yikes.
con save?
No. This is on when you start your.
But not.
So-
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
But Forgar and Interest already made a con save. You made them roll one
Right.
before.
I'm
So
trying.
do it for the rest of us on our turn.
If we're within 30.
Yeah. So how did
Oh, the
you?
wall.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So these guys are simply riding on a random direction because they can't see anything.
They were able to turn around like that fast.
What do you mean turn around?
Well, they're flying. I just assumed they couldn't turn on a dime.
Turn on what?
There are no rule in this version for
Yeah.
maneuverability, sadly. That was a pretty cool
I mean,
thing.
it's
in the early version.
maneuverability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the second
Yeah.
edition, there was like a rating for how maneuverable they were, how much of a how quickly they could turn 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. The second team will try to hit Rukvi. So the dwarf will throw a javelin at you. So Rukvi, this is a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. And then it will close in for the creature to try and bite and claw you. So it basically does this. So one bite. This is a 19 to hit.
It hits.
Okay, so you take 6 points of piercing damage, and a claw is a 22 to hit.
It hits.
So you take 7 more slashing damage this time. And again, it tries to get away. So you can make your opportunity attack if you want.
All right.
Okay.
Natural 1.
1. It happens.
You didn't want, eh?
It happens. Okay, so that concludes their turn. Forgar, you're next.
Well,
Whoa.
ouch. Ouch, a lot of ouch. I'm just going to lay of hands myself some hit points here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm
That's-
healing myself.
Okay, good. Rukvi, you're up.
There's no way if I jumped off one of these cliffs I could hit one of these creatures, could I?
The flying ones? No.
Okay. Rugby takes out a javelin and
Okay.
chucks it at the creature that was fading already. I think there's a one on R here.
Yeah.
That will do some damage.
There is line of sight So can you actually see it? I'm not sure because of the spell.
Yeah, the wall is high enough up, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Or he could take a step forward and see it.
Okay.
So I guess I'll move here. Would that be enough? Or maybe even closer?
Okay, good.
That definitely enough.
And actually, throwing a javelin. What is that? 1d20 plus my dex,
It's
probably.
like a normal
Dex,
attack,
yeah.
strength attack. The thrown weapon. It's a
Oh, is
normal
it strength?
attack. Yeah, with thrown weapons. Or you can
Okay.
use normal. Yeah, for javelin, strength for sure.
So plus my proficiency, I guess.
So it's just like your maul attack. It's the same.
14.
And you
14.
can throw 2 attacks. So you can throw 2 with your 2
Oh.
attacks.
Great. And then 27 on the other one.
Whoa.
So a 27 definitely hits. A 14, you were trying for the dwarf.
I was trying for their mounts.
The mount, so a 14 doesn't cut it. No. The javelin flies and is deflected from its stony hide.
The 27 one, he takes 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus your strength.
And my strength, right? So that'd be 8.
8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But not magical, I think.
Not magical, huh?
to the mount.
Yes.
So if it's not magical, this creature it is resistant to it, so halved. Okay, so how much? 4?
So 4, yeah, total. It'll come out as.
Okay. Oops.
No
Okay.
powers, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you hit it, you curse as you feel a little empty because your powers and your deity isn't with you, so all you can hear is metal against stone, and the creature shrugs it off. Okay,
Sad.
Peleus, what do you want to do?
I wanna cast a spell. I wanna cast Call Lightning as a 4th level spell on the basically right here. Can you see where I ping?
Yep.
Yeah, and I believe I should hit like the mounts and the guys riding them.
So
All 4 of them.
a
It's at
lightning.
5. Yeah.
So it's a lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's it comes from the sky basically. Call Lightning.
Oh,
The spell is
I
called.
think it's a 5-foot area.
Yeah,
It's
5 foot.
so the spell failed, blah blah blah. When you cast a spell, choose a point you can see under the cloud. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point, blah blah blah, must make a dexterity. So yeah, you can definitely put it here and have basically all 4 of them have.
Perfect.
Yeah, amazing.
So yeah, it's a dexterity save then.
Okay, good. So
The DC is 17.
okay.
Oh,
So
and also, just to remind you, Idol, the con save for looking at it.
oh right, so yeah, thanks. I totally forgot about it. So Rukvi started his turn and then Peleus started his
Yeah.
turn, right?
So at the start of our turn, we need to make a con save.
Yeah. So yeah, that's reminded.
I'll just do it on now right away also, since we're all going to roll that.
Okay, so Rukvi,
That's a
make one.
19 for the concept.
19 is amazing. What was that?
Rukvi is amazing.
I didn't say anything.
You
10
already,
for
you
Rukvi?
already, you already
That
rolled.
was.
James,
Okay.
you already
Is
rolled.
this
Yeah,
not
oh,
back
yeah.
to the top of initiative?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, in that
so
case, I rolled
I
next
get a +3.
spot.
So 13.
So, on a failed save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone and is restrained. You must repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn. So, next turn will be interesting for you, Rukvi. Peleus, you managed to resist the effect. So, for dexterity checks. Now the dwarves has advantage on saving throws against and spells. So
Okay.
Let's go for the dwarves
I
first.
don't know like any rules about mounted combat, but like
Mhm.
it seems pretty hard to dodge something when you're like sitting on a mount.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
think it's just a resilience, like the natural resilience of them.
Yeah, okay,
So
okay.
they kind of hit me. So one of them succeeded. Whoa, 2 natural 20s in 2.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing. Let's see about the creatures. I don't see any. No. Okay. So dexterity, they actually are set to fail because of the negative modifier. So both creatures failed, both dwarves succeeded.
So that is 20 damage for the ones that failed, and half that, so 10 for the ones that succeeded.
Okay, so the dwarves take 10 damage each. The basilisks take 20, which is nice. Rookvi. Good. Okay, so lightning explodes around those creatures. They shout and scream, and you can hear like smoke, the sweet scent of flesh being burnt. That's a very nice attack. Okay, so now we start the turn again, and the question is, yeah, I'm listening.
Should I go before you, Andrest? I have a plan for
Yeah.
getting the one that's next to you away from you.
Perfect.
And what was you wanted to ask? I don't.
Sorry, what?
You wanted to ask something? The question you started.
No, it's
saying
fine. Galen, go for it. You need to make a roll. Maybe you already did.
I already made the save.
Okay.
17. I assume that's enough.
Yeah.
How far down is this river?
Pretty far. So it's something like 40 feet or something like that.
Okay. How wide is it across here? Is it like on the map here, like 15 feet?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, then no problem. I'll just jump across. I'll spend key points to make sure, so I double my jump, and then I'll jump across, move all the way around here, and
Yep.
stand. Well, my token is a bit large, but on this square here.
Okay, sure.
And then I'll attack this basilisk. Not that I know it's a basilisk, but this creature.
Okay.
And I'll do 2 normal unarmed attack first. Ooh, that's a crit.
Ooh,
And
nice.
a 13 that I don't think hit.
Wait a minute, let me check. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. But the crit is 16 points of damage.
For the one in front of Enderist?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll flurry of blows on it. So I'm going to do 2 more attacks. God
Yep.
damn it. That's a miss. 22, I assume, is a hit.
Yes.
Yes, and now it needs to do it deals 7 points of damage, so 23 points of damage total, and it needs to do a strength save.
Wait,
DC
how much
14,
damage? +7. Okay.
23 total.
Yes.
Yeah, for the second.
And
So strength save. DC
Strength.
14.
so
And I hope it fails.
he rolled on the die 16, and I think he has some pluses on the +3, so
damn it.
it's 19.
I was trying to push it 15
I know.
feet away.
I know.
Yeah, I know. That would have been
I know.
awesome.
God damn it! And I could only do it once since I could have done it twice if both of him. So I'm sorry, Andres. I tried. I was like, and then it just doesn't move. Oh, come on! God
Yes.
damn it, you damn beast!
Okay,
And
so
it dealt it some damage, so hopefully that helped.
yes, Enderist, it's your turn.
All right. I
Save.
still have my back. Yeah. Do I still get that +3, right? You're still there, Forgar?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Oh, is a 15 good?
A 15 is, I think, good. Yes, you're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna summon my hound as a bonus action,
Yes.
and you're there now. Totally had a plan of my own, but I'm going to. No, that's gonna screw you over. Okay, I'm gonna
If
summon.
it's a deck space, just go for it.
No, no, it's okay. I've got a better idea.
You can do it.
I've got another idea. I'm going to move after I summon my hound. If I could select my, there you go. This way over here. So
you will.
and I'm gonna put.
They will attack you for it unless you use the disengage.
And I'm putting my hound right between me and it.
Okay, so it does get
I'm summoning my hound like as I'm backing away.
Yeah, I know. So you are. It tried to bite you. It only hits armor class 12, so probably not a hit.
Okay, and then I will use my action to summon a bolt of light from the wall at that same basilisk that just got punchified.
Okay.
And I need to make a ranged spell attack on it. Aha, natural 20. 28.
Nice.
So double damage.
Yes.
8, 18, 25. He takes 50 points of radiant damage.
This dude is gone. And the dwarf that was on top of it falls on its back in disbelief. Like, what?
And my wall is 10 feet shorter now. So it's only 50 feet. I'll keep track of that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Endrest and Galen, which is amazing. So now okay. So at this point, so these guys will fly over here, and the dwarf will jump from his mount and land behind Rukvi. Am I correct? So this is this, and his mount will land over here. So the dwarf tries to use his war pick against you, Rukvi. That's a okay. So it lands, and then you can see it become much larger. It grows big and big and big and big, and the pick on in his hand grows larger and larger. It isn't that big, but just for yeah. So this is all that is doing. This creature tries to claw and bite Anderest, I guess, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the bite is a 8 to hit, and the claw, yes, is a 15 to hit.
I'll cast shield. So he missed. Okay.
So stone teeth against your shield. This is amazing. How much time the blindness spell goes? Like, does it ever go away?
So they can. Yeah, no, they can. Let me just pull it up here. Wall of light. Blinded for 1 minute. A blinded creature can make a con save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success.
Okay.
It's a DC 16.
So the dwarf failed, and the creature passed with an 18. So this one is not blinded anymore. Good. So the creature, even though its mount is blind, it rides to Galen and tries to claw and bite you. So this is a natural 1. This is a natural 4. My God. Okay.
Rolled nothing but 19s when you attacked me.
Yeah.
So special games.
Yeah. The basilisk and its rider will try to fell Forgar again. So the
bring it on.
Yeah, the dwarf will try to hit you twice with a war pick. So the first attack is a natural 3. The second attack is a natural 20. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, so that's basically double the die, right? It's not
Yeah.
So This is 8 piercing damage plus 9 piercing damage. 8 piercing damage, then 9 piercing damage. This is the double for the...
Okay.
And poison damage, it's 2... Whoa. Whoa! I rolled 4 ones. So 4 poison
Wow.
damage. Yeah, that's amazing. Since it hit you, it allows the basilisk to try and bite you.
Hell yeah.
This is a 13 to hit. I'm assuming it doesn't hit you.
Does not.
Okay, and now the actual attack by the basilisk is a whopping 14.
Does not hit.
Okay, this is great. This dwarf here will attack your hound. This
Mhm.
is without his mount, so yeah, twice the war pick. The first attack is a 14 to hit.
That hits. Well, his armor class is 14.
Oh, okay. So this is 9 points of piercing damage plus. This is 1. This is 3 points of poison damage. This is the first war pick.
Mhm.
The second war pick is a 12 to hit. So it doesn't.
Yes.
Okay, good. So everyone, I think, attacked. Now at this point, and since I don't want to prolong this session too much, someone is coming out from the bushes, and you can see. Let's find him. This. Come on.
Mm.
Come on, this creature. Boom.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's
so,
a fancy helmet.
That's
yes.
a guy we've seen before, right? An elf or a half elf with a scar, like acid burn on half.
No,
the
no,
face.
no, no. It's just a token, but
Yeah.
it is a dwarf wearing a stone mask, and she shrieks, "Surrender the crown, weaklings! The king of Deadstone Clefts commands it!" And arcane energy starts to light up between her hands. And to make it interesting, this is where we'll stop the session.
Remember that Rook is half turn.
Oh, right. So,
Let him make a save now.
yeah, make a save now,
So we don't
Rookvi.
forget it next time. But he is within range of 4Gar, and he has a plus
No problem.
9 then, so
22.
22 is
25.
amazing. So
with
it means
4Gar's help,
that on a success, the
Then you're-
effect ends. Great.
you are no longer restrained.
Amazing.
Is there any way to do if I grapple somebody, can I then use another strength check to restrain them? Do you think? Is that viable?
Generally, no. It's only the grapplet effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Restrained is
you can simply push them or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
They
move them,
get a
sorry,
move of
move.
0, and then you can move them. With
Yeah.
they get a strength save or something, but you can move them with your move.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, we'll wait 2 weeks to resolve this specific combat.
In 2 weeks we'll die instead of like in 5 minutes.
We're not gonna. What is that like
Yeah,
black
got
box
it.
in front of my character?
That's the
The hound, isn't it?
hound.
That's my
okay.
Hound of Ill Omen, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Ido, are you running a Tomb of Annihilation?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
for the Hebrew speaking group. So I was shocked that I actually forgot.
How's that
Yeah.
thing going?
They are also at 10th level or so, and they are just about to enter the actual tomb. So
So they have done a lot of side content. They must have wandered all over the place.
no, they died like
Yeah,
each of them died like 5 times, and they replaced characters over and over and over. So it was kind of funny. Yeah, and they took all the wrong turns, but eventually it kind of
Yeah.
yeah, they got someplace. Okay, good. So I'm sorry I kept you late today.
No problem.
I don't know.
Thanks, guys, for showing up.
Stay longer.
And yeah, we'll
Thank you for running it.
figure it out next
Yes.
next session.
Yes, and I really think it's a good plan we didn't destroy that crown earlier.
Mhm.
Did you figure anything out between the last day of travel?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, let's do a quick flashback where you mentioned, oh, I now know how to destroy it. All I need to do is like
Yeah, there was like flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that for
there's,
sure.
there's like a switch on it that says self-destruct.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
it's gone.
That's what it says.
Yes.
I can't read giant, so I don't know what it says.
Yeah. But
I can read giant.
I clearly heard her say, surrender the clown. So
Yeah,
James,
yeah,
they
so
want you
that's-
to-
Buddy
So
out
we're
in
gonna
the
hand
woods,
over
right?
Forgar.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that
What?
was you.
This is what
Forgar
happens
has a
when,
big red nose, doesn't he?
when you have a
Right now,
non-native
dude.
speaker as a DM. So yeah, surrender the clown.
The clowns? Yes, the clowns.
Alright.
Guys, thank you very very much. I'm going to bed.
All right.
Okay.
Later.
See you
Have a good night.
soon.